Hello YouTube, Byron at Splitting Slices. Well, it's about 11 o'clock Sunday evening. We have a store moving this way, but I'm going to try to go ahead and get this long video open tag response out to Jake over at Uncommon EDC. Jake asked us all to share the rainbow of colors of knives that we have and to pick a representative out based on the abbreviation ROY G BIV. So we are going to do that. So let's start off first with my red knife. This is one of the prides of my collection of traditionals. This is the Northfield Unexcelled GEC Elephant Toe Clipper. And this is in what they call the North American Cattle Bone Blood Red Jigged Toenail Clipper. It's GEC pattern number 36. 21, 22, with 22 being the release date, 2022, that this knife came out. And it's just a beautiful shade of red with a couple of transition shades. About a 3-inch blade on that. Just one of my favorite collection pieces. So that is the GEC Elephant Toe Clipper. All right, for my orange knife, I have this beautiful bourbon-boned Rosecraft Blades Clinch River Swayback. Beautiful swayback shield. Of course, the unique part of this knife is the forward 50-50 choil that they designed into the blade and the handle. And this ended up being Blade Show 2023's Import Knife of the Year. So honors go out to Andy Armstrong and Rosecraft Blades for this design. Just a nice pocket knife. The Clinch River Swayback in orange bourbon barrel bone. All right, the yellow knife that I have on the table is one of my oldest knives in the collection. This is a late 60s to early 70s, and it's the best I've been able to date it because of the history of this knife. And who owned this? This was one of my father's carries every day for business. He was a salesman and then ran a machine shop as well. And this is an English jack of unknown origin with, I believe, is yellow Bakelite handles. And now this preceded or just about the time that Delrin was developed and released. But it was being used more in the aircraft industry and hadn't made into the general public or general industries at that time. So I'm pretty sure that this is Bakelite. But it's got carbon steel blades. You can see some of the tingers and a little bit of rust pitting there, which I need to take care of that. But I've had this knife closed up quite a bit. I had to give it an oil, and it's due for a spot treatment. But this is my yellow-handled knife of Bakelite and an unknown origin English jack. Still got pretty good walking talk on it for as old as it is. All right, my green knife is this modern flipper that I use as a 5th pocket carry. This is the Finch Harvester. This is a 2 5/8 long blade, ram's foot of 154 cm, steel and a full boaster design. It is basically a full boaster liner lock and a flipper tab knife. Okay, and right-only pocket clip on this, but just a real good overall 5th pocket carry. The Finch Harvester Green Micarta Modern Flipper. All right, my honorable mention today is this Case Rust Lock, which is a front flipper, but honestly it needs some oiling, so it's really more of a two-handled knife for me. This is a very unique, what is called a Mediterranean pocket-worn bone peach sig jigged Case Rust Lock. This is a pattern 6196. And the reason I'm showing this tonight is basically this unique Mediterranean blue, which honestly has several different shades of green blue that go everywhere from an aqua green to a turquoise to a navy blue and almost into an indigo type color. Just a real unique coloring on this bone. And I wanted to show this as an honorable mention knife, the Case Rust Lock. All right, for my blue knife tonight, we have this unique but also good peanut butter and jelly spreader. This is the Knives Fast T-Rex, or known to his friends as Trevor, number 102 butter knife, which is a traditional giveaway win every week at the Knives Fast live stream on Monday nights. T-Rex goes ahead, numbers them, signs them, and passes them out. And this is number 102, one of 3 in my collection, but a fantastic blue knife. Now, if you take this blue knife and you add that color, you start shading this over toward that indigo color, and that is this knife right here. This is the Benchmade Mel Pardue designed mini grip Tillion from Benchmade's custom shop. This is all blacked out hardware, a 20 CV steel blade, which is a modified sheep's foot on this, has the axis lock, and just a fantastic 5th pocket carry for me. Again, this is the Benchmade mini grip Tillion. So, if you take this indigo knife and you add that also additional coloring, you get the last piece on the table here, the creme de la creme. We slide that over, and that is this piece right near. This is one of the all-time favorites of my collection. Let me go ahead and grab the handle of it here and turn it so you can see it. Let me open the blade. Just listen to the walk and talk on this. Look at that. Fantastic. This is a hand-me-down from generation to generation. This is the all-important, all fabulous, quite frankly, Emperor's knife. Yes, this is the Emperor's blacksmith's knife. So this was created for an old king of many millennia ago, as I understand it, back in the time of where they had a scribe that worked for the kingdom whose name was Aesop. Now, as the story goes, Aesop's king was having a gathering of knights and blacksmiths, and we're going to have a birthday celebration in his honor, and he invited all the other regional kings and governors and all the elite, and he approached his blacksmith 1 month ahead of schedule and said, "Blacksmith, I need you to make me the ultimate cutting tool, the ultimate piece of cutlery. I want basically the unobtainium steel that you could make that will be as sharp and as hard and last forever and as tough as all possible. And I want it on black and white unicorn scales." Well, of course, the blacksmith thought long and hard and said, "There is no way I could get this kind of knife done in a month. The materials he has asked me to build this knife from are going to be impossible to obtain. I know what I'll do. I'll make him the best knife he's ever had." And he laughed. And he invited the king over 2 weeks later to his blacksmith's shop and said, "King, I have made you the ultimate in cutlery. This is the Emperor's knife." And the king looked at it and said, "I can't see anything." And the blacksmith said, because the steel is unobtainium. It is invisible to the naked eye, but it cuts as sharp as any blade ever did. You never have to sharpen it. It is unobtainium. And for the unicorn scales, well, those just glisten in the sunlight. He handed the knife to the king. Now the king, the emperor, Really couldn't see anything. But of course, he let the pride, he let his arrogance get the best of him and said, "Blacksmith, you have outdone yourself. I will present this at my birthday celebration, and all the fellow governors and kings and rulers of this world will want their own emperor's knife, but there will be only one." And so he took the blacksmith's knife and he presented it at his birthday celebration. Well, of course, world laughter broke out. He was ridiculed and eventually banished from his own kingdom for this knife right here, the emperor's knife. So, of course, the moral of this story is, if you've never studied Aesop or heard of the rewrite by Hans Christian Andersen, pride, arrogance, and foolishness, dare I say stupidity, make dangerous bedfellows. This is Byron from Splitting Slices saying, enjoy your your emperor's knife. Split a slice with a friend soon, folks. Take care.